In this video, we're going to look at topic 36, example 1, understand factoring a trinomial. Part A, how does factoring a trinomial relate to multiplying binomials? Consider the binomial product x plus 2 times the quantity x plus 3 and the trinomial x squared plus 5x plus 6. So we're going to look at x plus 2 and x plus 3, each of those quantities. If you were to multiply these out, right, we use distribution, so we'd have x squared. So if this gets distributed, plus 3x, and then distribute the 2, so you get plus 2x plus 6, and then combine like terms, and you get x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now, what you want to notice here is that this 5 is the sum of 2 plus 3, and that 2 plus 3 is right here, so the 2 and the 3. And notice that this 6 is the product of 2 times 3. And the same thing, you're taking that 2 and that 3 and multiplying them together. So we're actually going to factor these in a moment, but the idea or the concept here is that you can take these two numbers here, and the sum of them is going to give us our middle term, and the product would give us our final term. And we can look at this form here, down here in red, x squared plus bx plus c. Now, there is an a out front here normally, but for these specific problems, a is going to be equal to 1. Right, so a would be equal to 1 for all of these. Let's go back here. When factoring a trinomial, you work backwards to try to find the related binomial factors whose product equals the trinomial. So what's going to happen is, and you'll see in part B, but we're going to start with this piece, and we're going to learn how to go from a trinomial into a factored form of the product of two binomials. Okay. But again, keep in mind that these two numbers, in this case 2 and 3, the sum of them will give us our middle term, our b term, or b value, and the product of 2 and 3 will give us our c term, or our c value. So what is the factored form? Now, part B down here. What is the factored form of x squared plus 5x plus c? What we're going to do is we're going to use something called a factor sum chart. So you're going to find the factors. So the factors of 6, and that 6 is coming from here, that have a sum of 5. And that 5 is from here. Okay, so we want factors of 6 that have a sum of 5. So what you're going to do then is you're going to, on the left side of your chart, list the factor pairs. So things that multiply to get 6, well, 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. Then you're going to sum those two numbers up. So 1 and 6 would have a sum of 7, but we're looking for a sum of 5, so this does not work. 2 plus 3, that does have a sum of 5, so that works, meaning these are going to be the numbers that we're looking for when we're factoring. So x squared plus 5x plus 6 would become x plus 2 times x plus 3. And these two factors here are what we plug in here. Now, later on, we'll get into some negatives and what to do if one of these values or both of these values are negative. But for now, the following practice problems, you're going to have only positive numbers for B and C, so you can look for factors of those. So just to kind of use another example, let's say we have triad 1 here, write the factored form of each trinomial. You're going to look for factors of 36 that have a sum, right? So the factors will be the factors of 36 that have a sum of 13. So you would list your factor pairs, right? Things that multiply to get 36. So 1 times 36, 2 times 18, there's a fair amount of them here, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, and 6 times 6. So you would then sum those up and find which pair adds up to 13, and that would be your factored form. So I'll leave the rest of that up to you. But going back to B, just to review this, you're looking for factors of C, your 6 in this case, that have a sum of B, 5 for this example. And those two numbers, whatever factor pair adds up to the sum that you're looking for, would go in as your factored form here. If you did want to check to make sure that this was correct, you could then multiply those two binomials out and you should get back to the original. That's it for this video.